the next thing that would follow your friends getting married and you're not, you should know, when are you going to get married? You're not in a relationship. How far? We don't have any mates in this life, because when someone passes on, somebody says, oh, your mate has passed on, no, so why have you not passed on? It doesn't even make sense. If there's someone that should have been the first or among the first to get married amongst our peers, I think that should be me. That's a prideful thought. That's pride. Marriage is beautiful. Don't ask me how I know. I'm not married yet, and I mustn't be married first to know that marriage is beautiful. Marriage is a beautiful journey, but it is one institution that must be entered at the right time, in the right season, and with the right mindset. It can be very tough waiting for the right person, the Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. It can be tough, but one thing that is certain is that God's timing is right and God's timing is perfect. Whether you're finding pressure from family, friends, relatives, society, or you're even mounting pressure on yourself, I need you to remember one thing. Being in a relationship is not what gives you fulfillment. Your worth is not in finding a spouse. Today, I'm going to share a quick story with you, one that I truly hope inspires you to embrace your season of waiting, to trust God in your season of waiting, find peace in God's plan and God's timing, and of course, prepare your heart for the love that is meant to be, because it's meant to be. For context, I come from a family of 7, that's 5 girls and 2 boys. And we are such a big family. My mom, my siblings, my relatives. I grew up meeting my siblings and their friends because they are way older than me. But we have this special bond as a family. So we are closely knitted. So I know their friends know ours. That's myself and my younger sister. And my mom is someone who got married quite early. My mom got married quite early. Growing up, I saw my sister get married, my older sister, and the other one followed suit, and then my elder brother got married. Now, due to genetics, our gene, we tend to grow up real fast. So when I mean real fast, when I was in secondary school, I can remember my principal saying that I look like an agric fowl. And he would usually call me agric fowl in school, all right? It wasn't something to demean me, but this is him saying, this rapid growth and all of that. When I'm amongst my peers, maybe I'm the one taller or the one robust, I don't look my age even right now. So I grew up quite fast, and the same thing applies to all of my siblings. So at this time of my life, primary school, secondary school, I started paying attention to relationship talks, relationship seminars, conferences, books, messages, tapes. I became interested. Not like someone sat me down and taught me about marriage or something. I just loved the idea of love. I just love the idea of relationship, just love the idea of marriage, right? And coupled with the fact that I was seeing my siblings get married and all of that. I was just a young girl, and this was an interest I developed. I started reading books on marriage, started listening to messages. Funnily enough, the first message I heard from Apostle Joshua Selman was a message titled The Mystery of Marriage. That was how I got to know who Apostle Joshua Selman was. What I'm saying is, I just became interested in everything marriage, everything relationship. I guess that was how God framed me. I don't know. It wasn't something I saw people doing it. It was just natural. I'm not saying every young person must be drawn to a subject like that. And as time went on, I started, as a young girl, started entering I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm laughing at myself. I'm in a space all by myself and I'm cracking myself up. I started having relationships, secondary school, university. The one of secondary school was just, the Lord have mercy. secondary school, university, and out of university. And most of them didn't really go so well. Not like something tragic happened, but it didn't end up well. So you were not there. We're not together anymore and all of that. But I had relationships, I had friends. Later on, I started seeing my friends get married. My friends started getting married. My very best friend got married quite early. I think when we were in year one. I was in year one when I did her chief bridesmaid. Hi, Nemsi. If you're seeing this video, I'm calling you out. She got married, several other people got married, a lot of them, I don't even need to mention their names here. And some of them, I was in their bridal train, some I was not, but genuinely happy for my friends. Now, if you will agree with me, the next thing that would follow your friends getting married and you're not, you should know, when are you going to get married? Where will that be? You're not in a relationship. How far? And that is gonna follow suit. And trust me, it's gonna come from family, siblings, relatives, friends, even yourself. All these, God, when? God, am I a tree? Oh, God, am I a wood? God, when? I go love, oh. All of those things that we do when we see people post their marriage or relationship pictures on the internet, those are subtle forms of pressure that we mount on ourselves. My mom will always say, that is good though to do what your mates are doing when they are doing it. I know where she's coming from, but I also know that Jesus got no mates, right? We don't have any mates in this life, because when someone passes on, nobody says, your mate has passed on, no, so why have you not passed on? It doesn't even make sense. So why do we like to compare ourselves in some certain things and not compare ourselves in several other things? Let's say someone who you are in the same level with maybe did a project and they failed. Nobody comes out to say, your mates are failing, or why are you not failing? Why is this success that we are using to, quote unquote, to compare ourselves? This thing is not just about my family, it's not just about me. I know that there are several other people that are passing through the same thing. That's why we are filming this video. One of the people that I listened to in the subject of dating, marriage, relationship, and all of that, Pastor Kingsley and Pastor Mildred Okonkwo. In one of their message, Pastor Kingsley gave an illustration, said that the pressure for a man and a woman is actually different. So you guys go for a reunion and the men are on this side, the women are on this side. For the women, maybe you are an MD in a bank, or you're working in a multinational company, or you're financially okay as a woman, and you come to a gathering where your peers, maybe from primary school or secondary school or college or university, everyone gathers for a reunion, and some of them are even with their babies, some of them are with their husbands, or some of them are wearing their rings, and you step in, a working class lady, you're doing well financially, you're okay, your life is okay, just that you know, get man. So according to him, the women are gonna ask you, you're doing so well, oh, but when are you going to get married? And for the guy, they'll be like, guy, you're doing well, oh, you never marry. And the guy said, they're not married, they'll work. They'll now tell him, your own is better. We are suffering, we are buying diapers, we are taking care of the house, we are So that is just to say that for women, it is actually a little bit higher than what the men would actually get as pressure. Now, fast forward to present time. One of those times in my bed, I was brooding. I don't know what I was thinking about. And then I remembered, this thought of, if there is someone that should have been married by now, it's me. Or if there's someone that should have been the first or among the first to get married amongst our peers, I think that should be me. As I was thinking about this thing, boom, the Holy Spirit said, that's a prideful thought. That's pride. Because why do you think you should have been married by now? Are you the creator of your life? Are you the one who dashes or gives husband? I'm not saying that you should be relaxed and now cross your leg and say that, oh, God is going to bring it my way. I don't need to do anything. No. What I'm saying is that subtle pressure that we mount on ourselves, that mindset that we have that is not helping us, that is putting a lot of pressure on our lives, that is even giving people room to mount their own pressure on us. That mindset, that thought, that perspective is not right. And it's pride when you start thinking that if there's one person that should have been married by now within her peers is me. Or I was even thinking that the first few people that will be married amongst their peers is me. Who told you? That's pride. Like, who you? How do you form? How do you exist? You're thinking that there's something you have that qualifies you to be married at a certain time that your other friends or your peers don't have. Because if that's not the case, then why think like that? Immediately, I say, Olua, Lord have mercy. If you're thinking like that, or if you used to think like that, please stop. Stop. Because you're not better than your peers. You don't have some certain skill or value or something that makes you better than other people, that will make you think that if there's somebody that should step into this season of their life first, oh, it should have been me. Nothing. So break that mindset right now. Remember, I told you that this is just a short story to inspire you. Now, the better mindset I want you to have, a better thinking, a better perspective, is that marriage is beautiful. Marriage is beautiful. Don't ask me how I know. I'm not married yet, and I mustn't be married first to know that marriage is beautiful. Well, how do I know? God is a beautiful God. God is a good God. And everything God created, he said in Genesis, and God looked and called it good. God said it's good. So marriage is good. Forget all these things that the devil is trying to sell to us on the internet, using messy relationships, messy homes, broken marriages, broken trust, weird opinions from individuals to sell something different. He always likes to pervert what God has done, right? So please embrace the mindset that marriage is beautiful, marriage is good because God is good. And you also need to embrace the plans and the timing of God. You also need to embrace the fact that God's time is the best. What I'm trying to say is embrace your single years and know that God has in mind that you're going to get married. So don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure. See, I wasn't pressuring myself, oh, I want to get married today, I want to get married tomorrow, I want to get married next year. But I had people around me that their questions, even though they don't know, form a certain kind of pressure, right? And then myself, because of that mindset I used to have early days of my life, right, in university and secondary school, that I remembered, it also formed a little kind of pressure inside of me. But immediately God pointed it out. That was the end. And that's why I'm sharing it with you today. So please embrace God's perfect timing. Whenever God shows up in your life, whether it's in your marriage, your relationship life, academic, once God shows up in whatever it is, just know that it's the perfect time. And I'm not saying you should cross your leg and not do anything. Don't associate with people. Don't make friends. Don't invest in yourself. Don't get ready. Don't prepare. I'm not saying that. Prepare for that season, but prepare in faith. Prepare trusting God that at the right time, that man, that woman will show up. That's what I want you to do. Keep working on yourself. Invest deeply. Invest massively on your personal development and prepare yourself for the season that you're desiring. Speaking of preparation, in the next video, we're going to share some of the tips that you can practically implement that will help you to prepare for marriage. Majorly for my 20s, my young girls, my young guys, we're going to share some tips that will be very helpful to you in preparing for marriage. And if you want to be alerted and notified about that video, this is the time to click the subscribe button, turn on your post notification bell, because next week, same time, that video will drop and you'll be alerted. As we continue with the conversation in the comment section, please share your most dramatic how far with marriage experience. I really want to know the kind of pressure you've been dealing with and how you've been coping with it. We can learn a thing or two. There are so many young people that I know will benefit from this video, particularly young ladies. Please like the video so that the algorithm will know that it is valuable and will in turn pass it across to every other person who needs to see it. Also, share, copy the link and share it with everyone you know that needs it. If you found value in this video, I believe you're going to find value in the other video that will be showing on the screen right now. Click and watch, and I'll see you next week. Bye.